Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being patient with me there. Just had a couple of little issues, but nothing major and nothing that will delay us any further. But like I mentioned, thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient, and I hope you're excited to talk about this game. It's obviously a big game, Newcastle game. But before I get into that, just want to say, couple things. Oh man, going a bit see-through. I'll try to fix that now. Couple things, yeah. So if you haven't seen already, no problem if you have, no problem if you haven't. I've got a video that is premiering tomorrow. It's not premiering because it is the biggest video this channel will ever produce. It's just that you guys kind of know it's on the way. If you get what I'm saying. Hello, says Frosty, and hello to you. I hope you're doing great. But like I mentioned, if you haven't seen already, there is a video that's set to premiere tomorrow, 4 PM. Feel free to tune into it. It's almost an hour, maybe a bit less. I'm going to try and make it shorter every time because I know people probably like shorter YouTube videos a bit more. So that is going to be a goal of mine. But this one is like 50 minutes, maybe a little more. So yeah, that's where we're at on that regard. But without further ado, let's just crack on with it. There's a new graphic, by the way. Nothing replacing graphics. There is a new graphic that will be shown in the video tomorrow, but will also be shown on this stream. So there you go. But we'll start in goal with Edison. Look, don't think anyone else should go in, even if Ortega played well against Huddersfield, which, to be fair, he did. I don't think Edison should lead the team, of course. Nothing from that Huddersfield game and from Edison's games this season really convinces me of that. So that's where we're at on that regard. Edison sticks into the 11 as per. Oh man, green screen. So annoying. Let's turn this one up a little bit. No, that's down. No, that didn't fall. Well, we just gotta roll. Roll with the punches, as the saying goes. But yeah, Edison in goal. No NBA, Frost. No NBA. It's not happening for a very long time. By the way, if you're wondering when my next short might be, new short coming out hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Looking for tomorrow. That's the ideal day, really. When is the next short? Yeah, next short. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's the most likely date. Probably going to record today and then edit tomorrow, so that's kind of the situation there. But without further ado, let's get into the proper talk of this game. Kyle Walker, right back. Captain, don't see him not playing. It's a big game. We're going to need him. I suspect Anthony Gordon's fit, so him marking Anthony Gordon will be big for this game, you would think. And yeah, we're going to need him on his A game, because Anthony Gordon, he might not be the most brilliant player in the Premier League, but if he beats you, he could easily race away from you, and then maybe be one-on-one. Now then, we jump to Akanji, right centre-back. He is going to be a player that drives into the midfield a bit like John Stones normally would, but I decided to put him at centre-back because that is his true position, and that is where he will play. That's where he will start the game at. We know we can't get a good day IRL, so we want that a GF IRL, so we want that feature in FC. Oh man. But yeah, Akanji driving into midfield. You will probably see that. Only way he doesn't start is if Rico Lewis goes into the pivot with Rodri, which could happen, but I don't think it will. So Akanji at centre back. Now then we go on to his partner at left centre back, and that is Ruben Diaz. Top player. When he's on form, he is probably top 3 centre backs in the world, at least top 5. Whenever he's playing well, he is just brilliant, and hopefully he's going to be playing well, because Callum Wilson / Alexander Isaac, if they get a sniff on goal, they will take the chance to shoot. That's why we're also going to need Edison to be on their game, and the rest of the team and the back four. You know, this is a tough game. Newcastle got good plays, even if they've got a lot of injuries. They are still a force to be reckoned with. You know, even though they lost 4-2 against Liverpool, deservedly so, they still scored 2 goals. So, there you go, you can't really knock them when they go and do something like that. I'm going to have a look at the team against Liverpool. Yeah, Gordon's definitely fit, but it says he's going to be playing on the right wing. I've got no doubt that Ake can lock him down, though. We'll get on to Ake in a minute. Joelinton played on the left wing that game, so... Again, I think... Joelinton's a bit more tricky. I think Kyle Walker, as long as he's playing good, like the rest of the team has to, then we should be good there. Jordy, welcome to the chat. I'm usually, you know, me and you will usually get on, but obviously this. I mean, it's not like we're not going to get on now, but obviously this game is a big one for both of our teams. Newcastle need to get a win somewhere, and after your last game at home was a 3-1 loss to Nottingham Forest, an absolute battering by your own old mate, Chris Wood. You're probably going to want something out of this one, but it is against us, which makes it difficult for you, but it also makes it difficult for us. Getting ready for the Oil Classico, bring it on. But honestly, it's going to be a big game. It's going to be difficult. You know, Newcastle, I still rate them even with these injuries. Obviously, it's dragging your season down a bit, but you know, you can only beat what's in front of you, and you guys can only play what you've got, and we can only play what we've got. Now then, we go on to Nathan Ake. I think Gordon's a decent player. Don't think he's 40 million, which is what you bought him for, but I think Gordon, touch wood, will struggle against Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake is brilliant. You know, he locked down players like Salah before now, and last season in the Champions League was just superb. And I don't think Gordon is one of the best wingers in the world, to say the least. If we get a draw, it's a great result, TBH. I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think a draw isn't terrible for you guys at the moment. It's better than a loss, which is all you've had for 3 games in a row in the Prem. So, you got to take what you can, I guess. Crazy that you guys are lower than United on the board. But anywho, we move on. Kind of covered Nathan Ake there. Hopefully he's just playing to the level we need him to, because if we're not, Newcastle can punish us. You know, we do not want to. We got to start performing well now. Rodri. Look, I mean, do I really need to explain this one? Alright, you know, at one point, best CDM in the world. Do I need to say anything else? We're going to need him. I guess that's what I can add. We're going to need this fella because he is crucial to how we play. Winning the ball back, passing the ball, he'll come up with a goal, he'll come up with an assist. He's got it all in his locker to some extent. And he is just brilliant, and I think we would really struggle without him. And so it is crucial for us to have him for this game, like it is for certain other players, but this fella especially. You saw what happened when we didn't have him when we played his in the Cup at St James's Park. We weren't bad and you guys weren't brilliant, but we just never looked like scoring. And so if you guys looked like scoring and you scored and we didn't, so that's how it went in that regard. But Rodri is here for this one. We're going to need him, obviously. Keep a level head. Keep it cool. Keep it composed. No silly mistakes like against Everton. Can't have mistakes against a team that defend as well as Everton, as well as Newcastle, because they will lock it up at the back if needs be. Last 20 minutes, Newcastle will lock down. Something we can say is, although Newcastle can put out a decent 11, you know, because to be fair, that's not the worst 11 in the world. Obviously not great. You know, you would much prefer to have all your players that are injured back in the team. Sorry, can I just be back in a moment? Be over shortly. Hello, very sorry about that. Unexpected, package out the door, no one else is home to get it, so someone had to step up. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, Newcastle injuries. Obviously, they'd prefer to have an 11 that isn't this 11. This is definitely not the 11 they'd like to put out. You know, no Trippier, I instantly see. No Tonali because of his ban. This is a Liverpool game, by the way. No Wilson on bench, but I'm pretty sure he did come back for Sunderland, so that one doesn't really count. But you get what I'm saying. A lot of injuries, and on bench they aren't spoilt for choice in terms of options. And options is what they need to help finish off games. And City have got most of their players back, I'm pretty sure. Maybe all of them. No, not all of them. John Stone's still injured. But other than him, we've got all of them back. And Erling Haaland-ish. But I'll get into that. MCFC Chris, welcome to the chat. Hi bro, how you doing? I'm doing good. Great to see you in the chat. just covered Newcastle and their injuries. We're about to go on to midfield with Bernardo and Foden. But yeah, I'm doing great, Chris. I hope you're doing great too. So thank you for tuning in. But anyway, we will go into midfield. Left side of the midfield, aka Bernardo Silva. I was thinking about doing KDB, but Father's only coming back from injury, and this is a big game to just toss him into. Maybe he's ready, but I don't know. I'm not the City fitness team. It was good minutes he got against Huddersfield, and hopefully he can get similar minutes soon. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Happy to hear. Yes, happy to hear you're great too. Well, I don't know if you're great, but you said you're good, so I hope you become great if you're not great. So I hope you're having a great day, mate, and I hope your next days become even better. But Bernardo Silva, one of our most technically gifted midfielders. I don't know if Phil Foden and Bernardo would start in a midfield, but I'd like to see it. Because they're both, I'd say they're actually both pretty similar. Phil Foden, extremely good on the dribble. And so is Bernardo. They can do similar things. But they're both still brilliant footballers in their own respects. And Bernardo, I feel like, has to get into this team. No KDB to come in. There's only one way he doesn't go on there. Maybe he goes on the right wing, which I do think is a serious possibility. I would not be surprised if you see a Bernardo Silva right wing. I think he would rinse Dan Burn. No offence to Dan Burn, but Phil Foden rinsed him last season at the Etihad. I know this isn't the Etihad, but I think Bernardo would too, and I think a certain player would as well that we'll get onto. Not to say that Dan Burn is not a good player, by the way. I just think we've got the skill sets in these certain players that can do the business. But Bernardo Silva, brilliant footballer, one of City's December nominees for Player of the Month in December, so, he must be doing something right, I guess. But we hop on to Phil Foden, who's on lightning form. Electric form's really the proper term, and he's just playing brilliant in this midfield. I've wanted him in midfield for a while. It's where he was in the academy. I was screaming out for it at the beginning of the season, but Alvarez started playing really well there, so I couldn't really complain. But now, Alvarez has really got to play striker. Phil Foden's been given the chance to play midfield. He wants the midfield to continue. You've seen the quote, long may midfield continue. And I think most City fans that watch him play in midfield, and even City fans that watch him play in the academy, want Phil Foden in the midfield. That's not to say he can't do it on the wing. And if he went on the wing, I wouldn't be angry, I'd be a bit disappointed. But I acknowledge his talents. So, Phil Foden, I want him in midfield. I pray that he's in midfield. But if he's on the wing, it's not the end of the world. But I'm just saying we play our best football with Phil Foden in that midfield. Well, he plays his best football. Now then, we're going to go on to the left wing. Left wing, I'm not going to lie, Jack Grealish got a very difficult job. If Livramento plays how he played against us in the Carabao Cup, it's going to be a difficult night for Grealish. Obviously, it's a different game than it was back then. Tino Livramento, I'm going to guess, has been Newcastle's main fullback if I go through the games. Oh man, looks like Wilson isn't back from injury. Oh, Trippier started against Sunderland. Man, maybe I should have looked at this. Trippier being back is massive. Still makes it a difficult job for Grealish because Trippier is a top quality right back. But Grealish, and that's a bigger threat for Newcastle now. They've got an excellent free kick taker. If they get another free kick like they did when they played us at St James's last season, 3-3, ring a bell, and he scored that beautiful free kick. If he gets another free kick like that, I reckon he'd fancy it. what to add. I'm not sure if he's like gone off injured in that game. By the way, guys, he might have. That would be terrible luck for Newcastle. By the way, that would actually be shocking. You know what? I'll have a look just in case. It must come up relatively early. Kick off. Wait, can Trippier play the full 90? Yeah, he did. My bad. But back onto it. That's huge goal threat for Newcastle. A lot more creativity now. I didn't realise I was back, but he is, so can't complain. We just have to deal with it, just like Newcastle has to deal with it. So Trippier's back, which is a big boost, but Grealish is going to have a difficult job nonetheless. We all know what Grealish can do though, good at holding up the ball. And if he can beat Trippier's not the quickest fella in the world, so I reckon Grealish has got an opportunity if he gets past Trippier to maybe whip in a ball. Guess who's back, says Frost Fury. You're back, Frost. Great to have you back as well. Thank you for tuning in, of course. But yeah, hopefully Grealish, if he beats Trippier or gets on the overlap, we have a crossing chance maybe. I know we haven't exactly got the tallest squad here. Yeah, not exactly the tallest fellas in the land. But we're going to go on to the opposite wing now. Jeremy Doku. Still a bit of a mystery whether he'll start. Been injured since December sometime in there. But it's great to have him back, obviously. One of the best wingers in the Premier League, you could argue. Fella's 21 as well. Look, I personally believe that if it's his day, he will absolutely terror Dan Burn. Touch wood. I'm praying that Dan Burn doesn't have the game of his life and just turns into a beast on this regard. I'm just thinking about the game, like where he struggled on Phil Foden. In that Etihad game. Brilliant goal from Phil Foden that was, but Phil Foden absolutely rinsed Dan Burn. And I think Doku has got a similar skill set to Foden in some respects. Doku will do step overs and everything. He'll take on his man. He's got the most successful dribbles per 90 in the Premier League. He is a stunning footballer, Jeremy Doku, and he's going to be trouble for Newcastle if he does end up starting. I hope he does, obviously. Want to see my team of the season after the vid? Feel free to send me a pic, something like that, you know. Yeah, feel free to send me a picture of it or send me a message typing it out. Feel free, yeah. But now we go on to striker in Julian Alvarez. Top quality striker, of course. Got to start him here because, well, Haaland isn't available to be our striker this game. Would love it if he was, but he is not. I don't believe. We've not heard anything on it. To be fair, press conference could be tomorrow. I am at a bit of a disadvantage doing it now, but I'll be able to update my thoughts tomorrow on the panel show. By the way, panel show, check that out. It's going to be great. Me, MCFC Krish, and Clinical all on it. It's going to be great stuff. So yeah, I hope you're excited. Cialvena Silvestre. I know why you said that, by the way. You just wanted me to say it. You're not slick there, but you know, I thought I'd say it just for you. But Julian Alvarez is having a good season overall in terms of stats, and I hope he keeps it up. And we're going to need him to keep it up. This is crunch time in the season now. We need all our big players to step it up turn up with the goals when we need them, turn up with a goal where we might be struggling, you know, and it can't just be KDB that does it, it can't just be Haaland, it has to be everybody. Frost Sussy. But there you go, that is my team. Score prediction, I'm not going to bother. This game is not a nice one to predict. I'll probably do a prediction tomorrow. I'll save that for the panel show, so there you have it. Thank you for tuning in. Remember guys, premiere video at 4 PM tomorrow. Feel free to watch it on premiere. Feel free to watch it a day later. Feel free to watch it an hour after it's released. You can watch it anytime and any place, I guess. My prediction's 2-1 City. Hope you're right, Krish. I'm excited for that panel show tomorrow, by the way. I'm doing panel show tomorrow as well, guys. That's why you're kind of getting a video as well, because you're not going to get any content of me tomorrow. Maybe a short, but we'll see. You won't get a stream from me tomorrow because I'm on panel show, but you will get almost an hour-long video, so feel free to tune into that. And if you like that kind of video, let me know in the community tab, and I'll probably do more of them. But thank you all for tuning in. Your support is great as usual. We're on the push for 300, by the way. Little subscriber goal of 300 by the end of the month. It's not much, but, you know, just little steps by steps. 300 would be a huge milestone for the journey that I am on. And I want to do it all with you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you